La Amiga Tracionera.
Yes, so La Amiga Tracionera. I'm gonna take it back to basically my first love. I was so in love with this guy. He was so freaking hot.
Oh,
Wasn't he hot?
but he was old. He was a demo, and demo as in like he had backed up credits. He was like 19, she was 13.
He was hot. He was like really, he did kind of like Corey Seager from the Dodgers.
6 years difference. 6 year difference.
But wasn't he hot? Like honest.
Yeah, but what kind of 19-year-old? Whatever, just keep going.
He looked like Corey Seager of the Dodgers. Anyways, he was really, really good looking.
He's finally on watchdog.com right now. Is that still around? Pedophile.
I was in love with this guy. He lived by my block. He was so hot. I seen him and I said, oh, it's gonna be for me.
I said, oh my God. They used to have this car that had no doors.
I was in love with him. I really was.
He was still a tagger.
He was weird though. Because, I mean, I would kind of intimidate him. I was 13. And like all the time that we would see each other, this is him. Watch, be me. This is him. I mean, he was 19 already. I was 13 at that time, but I was so in love with him. I would have done anything for him. He was just kind of weird. But yeah, I was so in love with him. I was like super in love with him. Like I basically thought that I had found my other half. And oh my God, I would dream with him. And I would dedicate him like 10 songs in one day, right?
In a week.
No. I was in love with him. Okay, he was like Corey Seager from East LA. The Corey Seager from East LA. That's how hot he was.
He was like the R. Kelly of East LA.
So I had this thoughty best friend that, I don't know if you guys ever had this experience of that one best friend that like, I was so in love with her. I was like so infatuated with her. I would like do everything she would say. She was like kind of like bipolar. At like one moment she was in a good mood and then all of a sudden she would get in a bad mood. And like I would just like stick in there. Because for me, she was like the only friend that I could ever have. I never really got along with any girls. You know that I don't. I usually get along with guys. I've always had guy best friends.
She was very pretty. And even I was like all in love with her. Like, oh my gosh, she's so pretty. And like this and that.
And basically, this best friend that I got, she would basically run the show. Everything she said would go. She didn't like my my guy at that time. But
pedophile.
It wasn't because he was a pedophile. She just didn't like him.
The predator.
He would always cheat on me. Remember, he would cheat on me.
Always, every day, all the time.
Yeah. He would cheat on me like every single day, but I didn't care. And like, you start growing up. So like, there you kind of start like seeing like the truth. He's like lame. He
didn't have a job.
He still works at McDonald's.
Oh yeah, he was trying to get his diploma.
He still has a car with no doors and like, you're kind of growing up.
Her best friend beat him up, and her best friend was like 13 or 14. Hi, I don't want to say your name, but I know you're watching. Can I say his name?
Yeah, you can say.
Hi, Eddie.
So he was my best friend in middle school.
I loved Eddie. He looks like that guy. The one that came out in that cancer movie.
Oh,
that actor.
¿Cómo se llama?
I don't know. It's that movie, the one that it's him and he dies of cancer, and it's like a lot of kids and they're like in the basement. I don't know, but just Google him.
So yeah, basically he was lame. He had a car with no doors. He still worked at McDonald's.
No diploma.
Like, oh.
I was getting
tagger. Tired of him.
Like as in like graffiti on the wall.
I broke up with him. I would see him and like I had like this anger inside for him. Like, oh. When I was a senior in high school, I had his sister for a class. And I also had that girl that was my best friend when I was in middle school. She would like kind of hang out with us again, but we didn't really have that bond anymore. His sister, my ex's sister, I don't know, for some reason she just hated my best friend. She hated her. And one day I went into class, and I sat with like a group of like football players. I remember that we would sit together, and they would always be making me laugh. It was like a class where we would just be clowning and laughing in there. And all of a sudden I turned around and I seen that my ex best friend and my ex's sister were getting into an altercation. I was like, oh, it's gonna go down right now. Yep, it's gonna go down right now.
You know, Garfield, everyone would fight.
It's gonna go down right now. So, all of a sudden, as they were arguing, my sister's ex said, and I gotta tell you something.
Who's my ex?
My ex's sister.
Oh, I thought you said my sister's ex.
No. My ex's sister, she started, all of a sudden, as they were getting down, as they were getting down and they were fighting, she pointed at me, she told me, oh yeah, and I have something to tell you. And I went, yeah? She scammed on my brother. And I went, what? Yep, she scammed. Why are you laughing? She scammed on my brother. And I went, yeah, she scammed on my brother. She scammed on my brother right before you guys broke up. When you guys broke up, they would go out and she scammed on my brother. I felt once again, my heart had got broken already by him. It broke, like whatever was left, shattered. I told her, and I don't care.
Well, the joke was on her, at that time.
I went to the bathroom at Garfield High School. Like, there's a bathroom where everyone that goes in there gets killed. And
or
you go
beat up.
there. So, but who cares? I still went in there, and there was no more toilet paper at that time.
Isn't that just Roosevelt?
I don't know. There was no more toilet paper.
Because Roosevelt, after at 12,
know.
my friend would say, I hate this school at 12. There's no more toilet paper.
We went.
La mano.
I went into the bathroom, and you know how like I wanted to put toilet paper around the seat so I could sit. I just went into the bathroom and I just started crying. Oh my God, did it again.
You were sucking the water.
Do it again. After like all my tears were gone, I cleaned up the mascara. I went back into the class like this, going like that to the football players so that we could keep, joking. I just wanted to burst out crying in the middle of class. I don't think I was able to hang that day. I know I went home early. It broke my heart. It like really, really broke my heart to know that they messed around. Go on with your story.
Alright, so for mine, it happened with this guy. He was just like a friend. He was like these guys, because I don't really get along a lot with guys. I've always been more of like the girl that has a lot of friends. And we're talking about 8th grade. And I met him in 6th grade, and he was like very nice, and like he was just like one of the girls. Like he was like, yeah, always in there. And he was actually kind of smart, and everyone was kind of like, he has a future, and I don't know what, he's really smart. Everyone just like liked him as a friend and everything. So we're going, it was always like me, a crowd of girls, him, and 2 other guys. So he started having a crush on me.
He was ugly. He looked like an hoya de frijoles.
That's what my mom called him. So he started having I don't know when he started having a crush on me, but he like started like my friend, some girls, I'm not gonna say no names because everybody views us. Everyone. So my friend was like, hey, we'll call this guy Hoya de Frijoles.
Yes,
Hoya de Frijoles has a crush on you. And I was like, everyone does. And garage door. And she was like, well, yeah, he kind of wants to go out with you. But I was like, you know what? No, because he was being with this girl that we will call Leche because she was blonde. I was like, nah, because she was being with Leche. Sorry. I would actually call her Queso. He's being with Queso. And I was like, I don't know. It's because they were kind of like together. And I don't know. I don't kind of want to go there. But I still went there. So we're getting towards like 2-3 months of 8th grade, and
What did you get with him?
I don't know. I was blind. You seen my ex-boyfriends? So finally, the only one you thought was cute was that neighbor, no?
The only ones I thought were cute for you
Was
were
the one
ones
you
that I
chose
looked
for
you
me.
up with. No.
The one I posted and the neighbor. Remember the one that would cry?
The only ones that were
3.
cute for her were
That's
the ones that I
why.
hooked
The
her
one
up
with the black expedition, the one with ambulancia, and the one I posted were the only 3. That you thought were cute. Well, yeah, they were. They really were cute. Okay, so
She has ugly taste.
I was blind. So he asked me, like, do you want to be with me? And I was the type of girl that I always liked a lot of guys to like me. And I would tell everyone, maybe. So he finally told me, no, it's either yes or no. And I was like, oh my God, he's giving me like it's either yes or no. So I told him yes. We were together from October, November, December, January, February, March, April, 7 months. And my boyfriend from elementary and I started talking. He was dating. We still talk to him. I don't want to bring up his name.
Oh,
He's
yes,
married.
that's right.
Hi. We still talk on the internet and everything. He has a beautiful wife and he has beautiful kids.
Oh, yeah.
So we started talking. He was being with Queso, the one that's gonna be la protagonista de la historia.
Sí.
La
arrastrada.
So
that's good. She came between you guys.
I know.
Okay.
So so me and him were a type of relationship where like we were always on the phone and like I would go over his house. I would go over his house and he would go over mine and all my friends were on low with him because he was part of the crowd.
He's so ugly.
And he was all
stood with them, got pregnant by him, and I
didn't want kids though. I don't want kids. So he was like those that they were on love with them. We were all gonna go to Garfield together, like as a crowd, because he was just like he was gonna be, I think, C-Track.
Thank you, God.
And we were all like all my friends. He was into the same thing I was into. He was like, when I get into like 10th, 11th grade, I'm gonna be a football player, and I was like, me too, not a football player, but draw team. But right now, like we were into like party crews, and the party crew I was from and the party crew he was from, we had like this little clique together. So my sister was like this awesome party thrower at that time. He was like at all of our parties. He actually kind of like got into the parties to go see me on the weekends.
He would always try to like be my friend, be my homie, but I don't know, just something about him.
My mom hated him. She hated him. All my friends loved him though, and he was like those, like hey, like he was like that and everything.
He's like those type of guys. I don't know if you guys know. He's like those type of guys that like he has a girlfriend and he comes out and everybody's quinceañera and he's the main chambelán. You know what type of guys I'm talking about, right?
So things kind of started getting a little different the last 4 weeks we were together. Because, I mean, at that time, I was, like, looked at, like, I was, like, this queen because everyone loved me. And I had, like, you know, I wouldn't do, like, the things I would do in high school. I was just, like perfect. And he started, like, kind of dissing me. Like, he wouldn't call as much.
Good.
He always had somewhere to go. He started popping up with, like, I'm going to go play at the park. And I'm going to go do this.
Play at the park? Who goes to play at the park?
My boyfriend from elementary and my neighbor started hanging out a lot.
He actually told you, I'm going to go play at the park?
Like, yeah, because supposedly they were into, like, baseball and all that. And I was like, aren't you into football? So,
but I'm going to go play.
Se me decía. But I wasn't like how I was after, like, all like,
but play at the park?
Así me decía. And
you stood with him?
So, but I wasn't like the Maggie you knew in high school, and like I would torture the rest of my boyfriend. I was not like that yet.
Who's gonna stay with the guy that goes to play at the park?
So that guy, we'll call him C, because everyone would call him as his last name. He would hang out along with my neighbor. He actually died in a car accident, but so we were there, and he starts telling, I'm like, well, aren't you with Queso? Like, I heard you guys are always together. He told me, she's at the park. I think they would go to Saybrook Park. Or one of those parks. Oshia, Saybrook, I think it was Bristol. One of those parks that, like, everyone would say que les metían el dedo. So, it was like a constant, like, everyday thing. Me and this guy, C, started getting very close. Every day, we were like, damn, es que mi novio me dice que he's gonna go to the park. And he's like, yeah, mi novia también. So, fast forward, it's spring break. Her best friend, I guess, couldn't take it anymore. Because we were like this big old crowd in Stevenson Middle School. Like this big, big crowd. And we were all friends since like 6th grade. Her best friend calls that guy C, which is her boyfriend. And they three-way me. And they tell me, guess what? C, and I'm sorry, Queso, which is the girl, the one with the body. And my boyfriend, La Hoya de Frijoles, have been scamming, going out. Yes, have been kissing, going out for the past 2 months. And me and C were like, what? Yes, they have been scamming and kissing and going out for the next 2 months. For the past 2 months, they have been like, you know, going out with each other. It wasn't the first time a guy had cheated on me, because in middle school, I was the one that would get cheated on all the time. I just took it like something usual, and I said to myself, I am not going to be like my sister, the type of girl that gets cheated on and cries. I'm just gonna end this relationship. I like him, but I'm gonna end it. I'm not gonna let everyone in school.
Like my sister?
Because I'm sorry, but at that time, no. I am not gonna be the laughy. I still probably was, but I am not gonna be seen as like the idiot at school. Oh wow, let them talk bad about her, not me. It was like this big old thing at school where like, oh, and then...
Wasn't he sleeping with her?
That's what everyone was saying, but I don't know if that's true. I call him...
He sleeps around in middle school.
I call him and I'm confronting him. And he's telling me that, no. I put that on. He puts it on his party crew. He put it on his mom. No, it's not true. It's not true. And I told him, I just heard it from her mouth. Like, because C, her boyfriend, confronted her. And she admitted it. And he's like, no, it's not true. It's not true. I just broke up with him. I hung up on him. All of my friends were like heartbroken. There had already been other incidents where this girl, where she had already scammed on like somebody's boyfriend, and we were friends. So one of my best friends was like, typical. It's, you know, everyone was calling her, talking shit. I called her, confronted her about it. Everybody was like,
bust down, Tatiana, bust
everybody
down.
at school was like, fuck her up or send people after her. I was not able to fuck her up because I was really tiny and stuff. But I had the ability to send people after her because I knew a lot of people at that time, but I didn't want to give them the time of day. I was like, you know what? I'm better than this. I don't care. The following Monday, I see them like this. And one of my best friends tells me, guess what?
Did it break your heart?
They got together. It broke my heart, but I'd rather have been like that 1,000 times more than the way I was in high school. I me gané un 10. I didn't fight over him. I would ignore them. He's the one that se la pasaba like talking about me, saying that like I was ugly and I don't know what, and blah blah blah. And then C started telling me we should get together to get the man, and I said to myself, but why? I don't like him. I just played it off, and I was just like into my own thing. Fast forward, he would always try to call me. He would always try to like bother me by like, in my whole 9th grade year, because we both started going to Garfield. His relationship and her, they broke up. He was the one that was always like calling me, like telling me like, it's because everyone says that you look at me, and I was like, what? You're still alive?
Yeah. Throughout the years, he kept trying to like talk to us, but all the time he would talk to us, he would kind of like
put me down. And then I remember seeing him at a party. I was probably like in 10, going on to 11, and he was telling my friend, damn, Maggie, I heard she got tossed. Here's this guy, like tossed as in like that I had got fucked a lot. Here's this guy that cheats on me, but yet he's constantly putting me down. And I'm like, dude, I was out every weekend showing my ass dancing, and I didn't cheat on you. It was all you. That was just your insecurity.
I say he was ugly. He wasn't worth it.
I ended up seeing him for the last time in college. We were already like, I was like in my 20s already. And I ended up seeing him, and he's like, Margarita? And I was like, yeah, that's my name. And he was like, wow. He took off his sunglasses. What are you doing here? I was like, what do you mean, what am I doing here? Yeah, I mean, what are you doing here in college? Like trying to say like girls like me can't go to college. And I was like, well, you're here. And we were like into the same thing. He's like, no, yeah, but I mean, what happened to like the partying and stuff? And I was like, well, I mean, I was a teenager, you know? It was just always awkward with him.
I know that you guys want to know what happened to that fine-ass Corey Seager. What happened to him? I don't know. The last time he called me was when I was a senior. I played it off like if I was so in love with someone else. I wasn't. But I never seen him ever again. We just seen him like a while back, and he's not fine anymore. He doesn't look like Corey Seager anymore. He looks more like... He looks more like...
Like el Chavo del Ocho, no?
He got really... He's just not Corey Seager anymore.
So mine never was the Corey Seager.
No.
Yeah. So, and I had heard was that one of my friends told me. He says he doesn't want nothing to know about you, but yet he always asks about you, and I'm going.
So basically, everybody... Well, you can't really identify a thotty, so just basically...
Don't be with your friends, boyfriends, or like nothing like that. Just keep them off limits. We have a lot more stories to bring to the plate.
So whatever you guys want to know, just go ahead, leave it in the comments. Remember, subscribe,
share, like, comment, and whatever you guys want to know about us, let us know.
All right, bye everybody.
Bye.